This episode is brought to you by Salon 517. Welcome to This Week in Jackson. I am your host for this week. My name's Afaf. And with me today I have Hannah Russo, who we will be chatting with momentarily. First, I'm just going to do a quick run through of our awesome Jackson events for the week. Starting with tomorrow, there's Variegated Stitches knitting group at the Jackson District Library. Also, the Jackson District Library and a lot of their branches around town, they have a series of events that go on weekly all throughout the week. So definitely check online for what all their recurring events are. But another event that they have that's recurring is a baby science class, and that's also tomorrow. And Tuesday, which actually this event is every Tuesday, it's called, what is it called? It's called Taste of Tech, and you get one-on-one assistance using your Kindle Fire, your iPad, your laptop, whatever electronic device that you have. And so you can take it there and get the lowdown on what to do with it if you have no idea. Then also Mary Sprague at the Armory Arts Village. She does a painting and drawing class on Tuesdays, so just call ahead for that. This information in more detail is definitely on our site. And Thursday, there's board game night at Cuppa. Allegiance Health and community partners are having a discussion at 1 Jackson Square for their proposed affiliation with the University of Michigan. So that'll be something interesting to check out. And there are a lot of events this week, so I'm just going through a few. Definitely go online and check out all the other ones because there's just so many. On Friday, Studio Deeply Art, which is one of our yoga places in town, is doing something to celebrate the winter solstice, which is at Art 634, and it's at 5:45. And also Cuppa Coffee on Saturday is doing an all-day sort of event. They have Open Mic Evolution, which I and my husband are going to help host. So please come and bring your poetry and your instruments and improv ideas and foods and crafts, whatever you want, and whatever you want to use to be creative. And you're welcome to wear an ugly sweater because I guess there's a lot of people that are going to be at Cuppa wearing ugly sweaters. I'm not sure who else is going to be there, but it's going to be pretty fun. It's also kind of like a potluck day, and that evening at 7 is story night, where local residents are going to come and share some stories that have to do with the theme, which is called Beginnings. And at 9 p.m. on Saturday, you can check out Honey and Buffalo at the Grand River Marketplace. They have some members, I believe, that are from Jackson, and some of them are from Illinois, so that'll definitely be something to sort of wrap up your week with. And that's what I have for you. So check out all the other events, including more details about those ones at jacksonopolis.com/events. And so here we are. Here's Hannah, our lovely doula, one of our doulas of Jackson. And how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Good. Awesome. And so Hannah is a doula, how long have you been a doula?
Going on 2 years.
2 years. And for our viewers, can you kind of give a little description on what exactly is a doula?
So a doula is like a support person for a woman or a couple when they're going to have their baby. I meet with them 2 to 3 times before to kind of go over everything that they want for their birth, kind of like what their plan is and how they want to have their labor go. Mm-hmm. And then I'm on call for basically the whole month, 2 weeks before they're due and 2 weeks after they're due, and do phone support, if you have questions throughout the period before. I answer them, then I go to your birth and I help support you physically, emotionally, kind of mentally. We get to know each other before, so then that way, at your labor, I'm there the whole time with you, and kind of we've built a relationship, so I know how to better help a woman and her husband in labor. And then I do several postpartum visits afterwards to just check up and see how the mom feels about everything, how everything's going with her and the baby, and
Sure.
yeah, that's about it. A lot of times it's nice to have, I would do home births, I do hospital births, I would do birthing center births if they're them in Michigan, but I go and I'm there the whole time. So sometimes, you know, if you have an OB or a midwife, they can kind of come and go and they don't stay there the whole time. Sometimes nurses have other things. They can't just stay with you the whole time rubbing your back and telling you how wonderful you are. They have to, you know, take care of other patients. So I'm just like this constant person that's there.
And this is definitely, I'm pregnant, and I've been,
Yes.
you know, interested in having, you know, a doula at my birth. And how would you say you're able to balance being there for the woman as well as for the birth partner, and not kind of, you know, you're not like kind of stepping on any toes? I know like there's definitely a way to balance this.
Yeah, when you meet with the couples before, you kind of get a feel for how they want to do it. If you a lot of times someone will be like, I want my husband to do everything, and I want you to kind of be his backup and support him, and you know, tell him he's doing a good job and that I'm okay, and just keep reassuring him, and then have him do all like the supporting. Or sometimes women are like, I don't know how he's going to be, so I want you to kind of step in, and he's okay with that, and I'm okay with that, and just you kind of get a feel for the couples and how their relationship works and how they support each other best, and yeah, you just kind of get a feel for working with them and ask them what they feel comfortable with and what your role is, and if they, you know, how they want you to be.
And so most of this is it, I mean, like the support that you do during the pregnancy, is that mostly sort of over the phone, online, or is it just kind of like a blend, like you meet with the couples as well?
I try and meet with them in person a couple times. Usually I end up meeting with the mom a couple times, and then both of them at least one or two times, or like once to like meet the husband, just depending on how involved he wants to be in the whole situation. And then they call and text and have questions, and you know, like, is this normal? Am I feeling this? And so I'm kind of just another person for them to talk to about that, who's got a lot of experience with birth and supporting women.
And so my understanding is, you know, you aren't there to kind of tell them what to do. You're just kind of there to help them with their process, and you know, letting them know that they're supported and what they're doing, that it's their journey.
Yeah, we kind of go through everything that could happen, what they'd like to happen, and then I just give a lot of information, like the pros and cons of things, and then whatever they choose, then we go with that. You know, like I do all different kinds of labor plans and birthing plans, and I'm okay with whatever you want to do. I'm just there to make sure that you have the birth that you want and the experience that you want, because that's really important.
And then I think you've also been having sort of like a monthly support group for women as well, that has just kind of like, just for women that have had, you know, home births or interested in having home births, just to kind of, like I attended a couple of them. Is that something that you plan to continue during 2014?
I do, yeah. It's slowly, I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. It's for women who are interested in home birth, and then I try to have women who've had home births to come there, tell their stories, so you can meet other women that have had home births, so it's not such a, like, I don't know anyone that's done it. You can, like, meet us and we're normal people, and kind of just share in that, because a lot of women don't even know that that's an option, or that midwives are an option. So it's kind of nice to have that support there, too.
And then for you, like you have, like I know that you, like Hannah has her own website, which is jacksondoulas.com, and there are some other people featured on there. Are they local, or are they?
Yeah, I try and I have like a resource page for other local. There's some midwives on there. There's birth photographers. There's a couple childbirthing classes. People who specialize in massage therapy for women who are pregnant. So I try and just have some other local resources on there for people to check out too. So if you are local in Jackson and do things for pregnant women, let me know and I can add you to my resources.
Sure. And you yourself, you have a couple of kids yourself, right?
I do.
And now, did you have a doula when you had them, or?
With my first, I didn't know what a doula was.
Okay.
But my mother kind of was the role of doula for me, I suppose. She had 4 kids all at home, and I had my son at home. And so she kind of was a doula without knowing what a, you know, like
Sure.
that was what she was doing. So.
Now, is there some kind of like certification you've had to go through, or?
There is. There's a bunch of different kinds of certification, and I went through DONA, which is Doulas of North America, and you just go in and you take a class, and you have so much training, and you have to have so many kind of births to certify, and then you submit all your paperwork of all your births and all the experiences, and then it's a long process.
Nice.
But then you can specialize in more advanced training and different things. So.
Okay. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so this is Hannah Russo. Definitely check her out at jacksondoulas.com. And for more events that maybe I didn't go over or you want their specific details, go to jacksonopolis.com/events. Have a great week, everyone.